I know Anthony Scaramucci. That's how well connected I am. The Trump transition team executive committee member, the man who makes things happen and gets the dollars moving, one of the greatest investors, nicest guys on Wall Street, and now, of course, he's in this sort of rarefied air where he'll, all right, I'll talk to Cavuto today, and maybe I'll come back in a couple of months. Good to see you.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for inviting me back on.
What do you think of this? I mean, when you joined the Trump campaign, and it was looking like an uphill battle, and here he is now talking with the New York Times, lecturing them about how horrible newspaper they are, apparently. But the world is coming to him. And very early on, the world was ignoring him.
Yeah, listen, he's got a authentic personality. He's not really a politician, which you and I both know. So he's only 18 months into his political career. So you're seeing that verbal authenticity that you and I love on television and the American people love. And so
the New York Times does not love it.
They're not. The
media does not love it. And he's been meeting with them.
They're not big fans of it because they like to measure presidential verbal acuity. And if a syllable's out of place, Neil, then they flip out, they set their hair on fire. Or in this case, they're running around with a flamethrower, you know.
I wonder whether you, and you're a modest guy, were a calming influence or sort of like, let's step back and let's think this through. So when he would fly off the handle or do something, you know, did you or others just say, all right, you're very close to winning this. You're very close to sealing the deal on this. Here's where you should focus. What kind of role?
Well, first of all, you know me well enough to know that I would never take any credit for that whatsoever.
I know you would.
He's his own,
I would.
He's his own person, and
but he was counseled. I mean, you'd offer advice.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I will say this about him, which I have an enormous amount of respect for, and this is another media misnomer. He is a big-time listener, or as he would say, big-league listener, okay?
But is all this other stuff for show, like when he meets with Romney or...
No, I don't think so.
God bless him for extending the olive branch, but do you really see him putting someone like a Romney on the cabinet? Do you see him, people who were quite critical of him?
Well, you know, Vice President-elect Pence said on the record that Governor Romney is being strongly considered.
I don't believe it.
Okay, he may or may not be strongly considered. There's only two people.
You know exactly. In fact, you have the full cabinet lineup.
There's only two people. You want to play cabinet rotisserie?
Yes,
Neil?
exactly.
I got the cards in front of me. No, the only person that really knows is President-elect Trump.
But could you see that? Like, it looks very good for him, and the outreach is amazing.
Yeah.
But it's good for him. I just can't see him getting over that.
You remember as a kid when your grandfather said, are you a good sport or not? You got to be a good sport. One thing that people are missing in the media about Mr. Trump, he's a good sport. And so he
won.
He won, but still...
It's easy to be a good sport when you win.
But you could be a little sore, right? Churchill said, in victory, magnanimity, and Trump is showing that, or President-elect Trump is showing that. He's going out, he's meeting with Romney, he's made an outreach to Senator Schumer, people that were in the Never Trump movement, he's made an outreach to. He wants to be president for everybody. He also wants...
Does he want to be president for Wall Street? I mean, the talk is that he's looking at Wall Streeters for a Treasury post, all of that. And I was just talking to Carl Icahn, and says, you know, that kind of thing might be a mistake. Carl Icahn saying he wouldn't mind being an advisor to Trump, but that he thinks don't kowtow to the investment banking community. That would be your
First of all, I don't see him kowtowing to anybody, frankly. I think that's going to be one of the reasons why he got elected. But
so the Jamie Dimon stuff, that was all just rumor and nonsense?
You know, Neil, I would let Mr. Trump speak about that stuff as opposed to me. I'm probably not the right person to speak about that. But here's what
all of this, and you're not saying anything.
But here's what I would say to you, okay? When there's a harmony between Wall Street and Main Street and there's a flow of capital, and what the American people need to understand is that Wall Street is the arterial structure of the capital flow into the capitalist system.
But I thought he hated it.
Well, I think he doesn't like some of the excesses, which none of us really like. But what we have to do, if you look at these community banks, Neil, they're not lending to small businesses. One of the reasons why we don't have the growth that we need is that we've tightened up things in a way that has made us over-safe. And so we want to protect the system from failing, but we can accept some bank failure or some bad loans if it's going to mean greater growth for the United States.
Would you accept the post in the Trump administration? I'm told it's yours for the asking.
Well, let me put it to you this way. I am a patriot, as you are a patriot. I have worked for him for 6 months. I love the guy. I'm very loyal to him. If he offered me a position as an American patriot, of course I would accept it, but I also have a great business.
It's got to be a big position.
I used to host a show called Wall Street Week. I don't know if you've heard of the show.
Yes.
The ratings were going really well. I can't host that and be a part of the presidential transition team.
But if you don't go anywhere after that, I mean, if you don't go, you could always come back to Wall Street.
At the end of the day, I will serve the president because I'm a patriot.
For a cabinet position.
If he gives me
for a cabinet position.
Oh, Neil, I don't know. Who
I
knows?
think you do.
Who knows, Neil? What job do you want, though? By the way, okay, I could see you and I.
I would not want.
I could see you and I landscaping the Rose Garden.
I can't afford a pay cut.
You wouldn't want to landscape the Rose Garden?
The Rose Garden, yeah. I'd like to rip the whole vegetable garden thing out.
I think the vegetable.
We'll have more.
I don't know this, but this could be a news. The vegetable garden's going. Okay?
Going.
That's my dad. Okay. No one's confirmed that to me, but I think it's going.